if you're listening to this in the car and you're on your way home,
we'll be in
turn
your
around
house.
because we're in your house.
We're in your house. Welcome to the Horror Junkies Podcast, the podcast where we discuss all things horror. I'm your host, Mike.
And I'm Pat.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Jorge.
We're back, motherfuckers.
So get used to it.
Pat's here.
Pat's back.
Pat is here.
Pat.
Yeah, I almost got arrested.
Yes.
I didn't hear about this, but I had
no
a
one's
feeling.
heard about this. I've had to tell the story like 7 times already since I've been back.
This is why we
I had
keep
a
him locked
feeling.
in the studio.
Yeah, this is why Patrick's not allowed to leave the state of Florida.
We need to put
So-
Pat in a cell underneath a jail.
So I bought some legal stuff.
agree.
And we brought some legal stuff in DC.
You bought weed. Just say weed.
Fine. Well, it was gifted to us. We can't buy it in
Trump's
DC.
not listening. It's fine.
Some weed was gifted to us in DC.
Gifted.
Yeah, that's what because they're not allowed to sell it there.
They can only gift it to you.
Yeah,
So if you buy something and they gift you
We
some
buy
weed.
like a $40, $50 shirt and they give us weed.
Really funny.
Interesting.
I have a weed shirt now.
I'm surprised you...
Fucking loser.
Does it have a fucking pot leaf on it?
It sure does. It says King
yes.
Weed.
Yes.
Hey man, I heard Sublime's playing that festival at the fucking fairgrounds. I bet you get 420% off your ticket. You fucking idiot. Hey man,
Hey, man.
like legalize it, man. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Drove it to Virginia because I was in Virginia for a wedding.
There's your first mistake.
Yeah, it really was. Got a hotel room, had a smoking room,
All right.
smoked weed in there. Cops caught us, and now I have to go back in
Yeah,
December.
you smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, I know that, but you know.
Not them funny.
Also,
not
the
them funny jazz cigarettes you
Also-
bought from some fucking weirdo for a T-shirt.
Also, but the thing is too is like the morning before we left for DC, the whole hallway smelled like weed. So I was like, this place must be cool or something, right?
No, you had the...
We think
that
someone
was
called
just
the
you,
cops on us.
Patrick.
No, it
That
wasn't
was
us
just
because
you.
we didn't have weed.
100% some fucking square next to you called the fucking
I'm pretty
cops.
sure that's what happened.
Someone's like, oh, smoking weed in the hotel
Some
room,
virgin,
eh?
some virgin spilled the beans.
Yeah.
Literally.
So
He
neither
almost
way,
got pinched.
I'm gonna start a GoFundMe because I don't know how much the ticket is. They didn't put how much weed we had, so I'm pretty sure the cops took it and smoked it.
Probably.
Was it good weed?
It was very fire.
Nice.
It's what the kids like to refer to as fire. It burns the nostrils.
Like literally, we got caught after we rolled like 3 different weed in a one blunt. So the whole room, we had the whole room was
We
whole
had
room. We had 3 different types of weed in the one blunt.
3 different types of weed.
3 different weed. What?
Kids, for you don't know, you can have different type of weed products.
In one blunt.
This kid's got a
then
goddamn
you get caught
coalition
by
of
the
dank nugs.
Back in my day, we
Doinks.
just put the thing in a
Look at
soda
a
can and
potpourri of
smoked weed.
doinks.
Oh God, we're gonna turn the show into a pot show, just for all you listeners
A
out there.
podcast.
There
I'm
it is.
sure.
Stop.
I'm not
Stop.
the first nerd to fucking come up with that. I'm sure
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not.
sure there's
not at all.
1,000 of podcasts.
We rip people off all the time. What cares? Who cares?
Exactly.
We're biting.
Quick shout out to the Mortuary Podcast. Tanner, we love you, baby boy. Keep it weird. Keep it solid. That was a funny shout out you did on that last week's Slenderman episode.
Well deserved.
So check them out, please. The Mortuary Podcast.
I
And
scared
also-
the Uber driver with my laugh when I watched the video.
Good. That's how it should always be. But we got a fun show planned for you guys. We are going to talk about the most upcoming weird show Hulu's put out in a while, Castle Rock, episodes 1 through 5, because episode 5 really left off in a really good mid-season finale, if you will. Like,
Yeah.
they could have ended right there, gave us a 2-month break, and
So
I wouldn't have been
Are
upset.
they doing 10
But they're
episodes?
not AMC, so they're awesome.
They are doing 10 episodes.
Right.
So we're on episode 7 as of today. So we'll come back future and we'll do episodes 6 to 10, and then we'll see what happens when season 2 starts coming around.
It's probably perfect right for the end of our John Carpenter month, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So, also, check out that. John Carpenter month is going to be all of September. So we got some pretty fun Carpenter movies for you, but we're not doing Halloween. We're going to save Halloween for when the new Halloween comes out. So don't tell us to do Halloween, please, because we're not going to do it.
Hey, Mike, you should do Halloween.
No.
Okay.
Also, we got shirts, y'all. Check out that Horror Junkies podcast.bigcartel.com. Pick up a shirt today. It's cool. Be cool for you.
Buy me one.
Buy George a shirt because he doesn't have a
Please.
shirt. He's shirtless in the studio right now. That's how hot it is in here.
It's a little nippy.
But I guess before we get into it, as always, let's jump into the fucking world of news. There's a lot of it. We'll kind of cut down some of it.
Pat.
Pat, what you got for us today, buddy?
Our favorite director, Guillermo del Toro, is working on one of our also favorite graphic novels. I guess you can call them graphic.
They're scary
scary stories.
It's an
They're
anthology
books.
book.
They're books.
There's
They're
no
not
pictures.
They're not
There are
anthology.
pictures though.
Are there?
There are pictures.
At
Yeah.
the beginning of the chapter.
They're
right?
just stories.
They're stories. Picture books, you would say.
Yes.
Some would say.
Some would say
Scary, scary stories telling in the dark. Yep.
scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah.
Del
Yeah,
Toro, we talked about this on the show a long time ago. He was hinting at that he's going to be doing a show. Then we got information that he was doing a show, and now here we are receiving some more updates that he is beginning the filming aspect of this show this week.
I'm excited because from what I remember from the stories, they're very graphic, and I want to see his team work on like.
Well, apparently, it's saying that like the thriller, it's going to be a thriller. It's going to follow a group of young teens who must solve the mystery surrounding sudden and macabre deaths in their small town. So that's like the little
Hints,
synopsis
yeah.
we were given.
So it's not gonna be an anthology or anything like that,
I don't know. I don't think they've released that information
or is it gonna
yet.
be like one story just expanded longer into
I
a
don't.
series?
I think there's more to come with this one. Like
Right.
Now, this is that book that everyone read as a kid, right?
Yeah.
there's
yeah.
3.
Well, there's
There's
this
three
the
of
one
them.
with
I
like
own
the
all-
sideways face.
Yes.
Yep, the clown. Yep.
I read that as a kid, and for some reason, that's not my phone. One gross story out of that whole thing has stuck with me to this day. It was this one called "They'll Eat Your Eyes, They'll Eat Your
Oh yeah.
Nose" or something, and it just showed like this zombie dude eating a
Oh yeah.
bunch of body parts out of a bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is my elementary school doing having this in its fucking library? I mean, I always had it checked out. I'd return it and recheck it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It
need
was
this.
always in my backpack.
I bought it. I actually own the 3 books.
Wow.
So we should do
So
sweet brag.
Give him that
bro.
whole. Give him that old Owen Wilson. Wow.
I've got all 3 books. Ladies!
Yeah, not to toot my own horn or anything.
you virgins wouldn't know anything about that.
Actually, there's actually a Twitter page that I came across the other day, and it's a documentary based off the book. So that's something we're checking
This
out.
has been in talks for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's a long time coming. I have
No,
hopes
it's
for it
good to
now.
see some of his projects actually getting picked up now
Yeah.
too. Like
I'm stoked
again,
to
he's been on like 100 projects for as long as I've known him as a director, and
Yeah.
like, now they're finally taking him seriously. Good.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it, dudes.
What's next?
What's next? Someone we don't really know him. I've bought some artwork off of him a couple of times. His name is Trevor Henderson.
Did someone burp?
I think so.
Smells like it.
He just got a shout out post on Bloody Disgusting for his new art project he's been doing. He's been doing these still images and implanting weird, creepy creatures in them and making like kind of backstories behind them. Which is just really cool, you know, supporting a local horror artist. If you guys want to check out his stuff, I have a link here somewhere in my notes. I can't remember where I put it. Oh, here it is.
You put it all the way in the back, didn't you?
No, it's Ko-Fi. If you go to Ko-Fi, he has all of his work there. And I'll post the link in our show notes so you guys can go and check his stuff out. But he has a big cartel, and he sells a lot of cool stuff. He has a really cool, like, watermelon color cryptid poster that I picked up, and it's so sick, man. His artwork from what he's doing now to previous stuff is really cool. So I thought it was really cool that he was getting some recognition on a very big horror news platform.
Did you say cryptid poster?
Cryptid.
Cryptid.
Yeah. Cryptid.
Did.
Cryptids.
Anyway.
Oh, like spooky.
Like spooky monsters, yeah.
I wonder if he'll do me
Ooh,
one like a
spooky
cryptid, like a crypt gang member, monster or something.
Jesus
With a crip
Christ.
walk.
Jesus Christ.
In other great news, though.
Uh-huh.
Are you done?
Do it.
Oh, this is
Okay.
some controversy.
So, James Gunn not skipping a beat after being released by Disney and Marvel for that dumb shit. It looks like Sony picked them up, and they are going to be working on a mysterious horror.
It's already
flick.
done, isn't it? Or it's already been worked on?
Yeah, no, it's still the fact that they're still letting him make it, even though Sony's now like weirdly partners with.
Yeah, I love
Disney.
I love how like it was always this battle between Sony and like Marvel Disney, and now like Marvel let go of James Gunn, and Sony was like, aha, we'll take him instead.
Disney's about the kids, but Sony is not.
No.
Sony's like, no, fuck you guys.
Well, and you know,
Yeah, so apparently this was
however
supposed to be
you
announced.
stand on whatever happened with James Gunn, whatever.
Hey, he's good at what he does.
Yeah,
good at what
exactly.
he does.
And especially with horror, because I like Slither. So
James Gunn, more like James No Fun at the party because he makes pervert and pedophile jokes.
yeah, exactly.
10
Would you
years
chill out,
ago.
Jim Gunn? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Tim
But
Gunn, not
apparently
Jim
this
Gunn.
film was supposed to be announced at
It's a
San Diego
badass
Top
Comic-Con.
Gun.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con.
It was supposed to be announced, but that's when all that controversy happened, so it kind of got pushed back. But it is currently dated for release on November 30th. So
I think his vision could be cool for whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, what he said is like him and his brother and his cousin.
Which they always work on movies together.
They always
Yeah.
were together. They they came up with an idea for a horror movie they thought would be pretty fun, and it really excited him. And it was something else, like something he's been more excited to, like as much as Game of
Guardians.
Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's really cool to see that he's actually really stoked for this movie and really
Yeah.
excited to bring it to us. I know there's not a lot
Especially because he's not getting money for. Well, he might still be getting money for Guardians because
who
if they're
knows?
still
if
using
they're
script.
using his script, you
Yeah.
better get something.
of who knows.
Who the fuck?
They
knows?
probably just want to remove the name.
Yeah, that's
The
probably what happened.
the back door deals, whatever, so to speak. Probably he's getting something.
So apparently this movie is personal and different and perfectly suited for our times, and yes, will be terrifying.
Okay.
So
I can believe it.
I don't think it's gonna be like
Ooh.
comical like Slither was. I think it's gonna be like a more personal, serious movie. So who the fuck knows what James Gunn's
Let's see
got?
what he can do.
Shout out
The-
to Slither for having such a lasting effect. That movie
For real.
it's still like a relevant, like
so good.
Yeah.
good movie.
I recently watched it for the first time a while
Dude.
ago for the show because Patrick told me to because I
The
never
whole-
watched it.
The barn scene.
Yeah, you never.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
that's right. You never watched Slither, right?
Yep,
Do you
What'd
think?
you feel?
I liked it. I enjoyed
Good.
it.
Fuck yeah.
Do you think James Gunn is vegan? Because we could probably slide him Autumn's Pleatherface script.
Whoa, hey, there we go. That's
Listen here, pervert. You need scripts. Don't be picky.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Listen to us. We got you the one that'll make you the big bucks.
Time for update on Halloween Horror Nights. We have a new house.
New house.
Just when we thought we
Two
were
new
done.
houses.
Scary. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 new houses. Last week we were fucking wrong. We thought it was done. I thought they were ending with Halloween 4 and Poltergeist.
Well, that's why we couldn't remember all the names.
No.
'cause
We
weren't
got
done.
2 more houses. 2. And what were they, Patrick?
Scary Tales, and I can't see the other one.
Scary Tales and the one we all thought we weren't going to see.
We literally talked shit about it.
We
The friend who we didn't want to come to the party, but
Yep.
he showed up anyway.
Oh, you're talking about.
Blumhouse.
Yeah, we got a Blumhouse house.
double feature. Fucking
Triple feature.
no, it's double.
Yeah,
Two.
Double.
Let's
It's
do
Happy
it.
Death Day and First Purge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that.
Cash cow if I ever fucking seen one.
I mean,
That's because they're not doing a Purge scare zone in this year, right?
correct.
So that's
That's
why.
they're like, okay, if we're not doing a scare zone. At least they learned their lesson. I will say, like by not like they did Walking Dead scare zones every fucking year when they did a Walking Dead house. Thankfully, they're doing a Purge house, but no Purge scare zone. I'm glad
Right.
that we're not getting that.
Again, yeah, we need some different aesthetics for this one. Contain it to a house where you get to experience it, and that's about it. I
So,
like the idea of that.
Poltergeist is cool though.
I definitely agree.
Happy Death Day will probably be hilarious.
I still haven't seen the movie.
It's just you reliving the same fucking house over and over again.
Oh man, that's The Walking Dead. But
damn.
Burn!
That was holy god. That was
Got
loud.
you, Universal. You can't stop me.
So for those of you who live in the Orlando area or the Florida scene who are coming here, just to recap, we have Stranger Things, Poltergeist, Halloween 4, Horrors of Blumhouse, Trick or Treat, Dead Exposure, Patient Zero, Carnival Graveyard, Rust in Pieces, Slaughterhouse Cinema, Seas of Extinction, and Scary Tales, Deadly After After. Deadly
so
Ever After.
many fucking houses.
10 fucking houses. 10 houses, 5 scare zones.
10 or 12?
10.
10, okay.
It's 10 houses.
Which is also why they extended it another 2 days,
Yep.
making it the longest running Halloween Horror Nights in history.
And they'll do it again next year.
They'll do it
and
again
then the
next
after
year,
that,
and then they'll
and
go
the
back
after
to
that.
hopefully they'll go back to dual parks and they'll extend it to.
It should
Islands of
it
Adventure.
should be 2 months long.
Especially
Yeah.
that, and
September-
they should do both parks now because we have the train.
Yep.
Yeah, it hasn't been too
And
far
you can,
since, like, I
you
think
can
Halloween
make the
Hornets
train
10.
into its own scare. Like that isn't that right? Scary?
September is just October Junior anyway.
Exactly.
exactly.
I agree. And I'm really waiting for them to cash on the Harry Potter element of everything.
J.K. Rowling won't let him.
She doesn't own the fucking rights. They do.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers-
Well, from what I've heard, she's the reason why they can't do it.
They do.
Really?
They do it in Japan. They turn their Nocturne Alley into a huge, like a very horror intense thing.
I wish they would.
Dementors, Death Eaters, all of that walking the streets.
Hey, man, I'm not Joe Universal. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it would be cool. They
Show
need
Universal.
We should do an
That's the CEO,
episode
right?
on Harry Potter, but only on the last 3 films that are super dark. No.
It got
wouldn't say
pretty
no.
dark. No,
It got really-
Prisoner Azkaban after
Prisoner Azkaban, fucking Order of the
to. Goblet of
Phoenix,
Fire was pretty dark towards the end.
Half-Blood Prince,
that. Yeah,
Deathly Hallows 1 and 2, man, those are dark ass films.
yeah. Once they started being PG-13, they got a little.
They got a little edgy.
They got a little edgy.
But yeah, man, Halloween Hornets is gonna be a lot of fun, and we're gonna do a lot of coverage. So be on the lookout for that come
What's California doing?
September. Dude, actually, I wanted to bring that up. They got a Universal Monsters house. They're bringing back the OG monsters.
Those fucking bastards always get the
I
coolest
know. I'm so upset when I read that article. They're getting
We
Dracula.
can just go.
shit. If you're
Sure, Dylan. We're just gonna hop in our
We'll
car,
just go.
drive to the West Coast.
I mean, like, who cares, man?
we'll go check out our
Pat's
buddy-
got a weed T-shirt. He's obviously a free spirit.
sure
That's
am,
just
I'm
true.
down to smoke weed. In
He's
California.
down to smoke weed. Free love, man.
Free
Like,
love, man.
Uh,
I'm gonna get my flippy floppies.
the
on.
Blumhouse news. Have you heard the other Blumhouse news? Speaking of Blumhouse
with
houses.
wanting to pick up more franchises.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
some of
did.
them are interesting.
I saw that they were looking at Scream as a
Yeah.
possibility.
Alien,
Alien, and he was wanting to look at Friday the 13th. I want to say.
but it's in a lawsuit, so they can't. He wanted to get Christine,
Yeah.
Ugh.
which would have been amazing.
Yeah, very sick.
I mean, Blumhouse is trying to take over the fucking horror
he's
game.
He's not a mediocre production studio anymore. He
Nope.
knows how to make movies and how to make fucking millions. So
and that
I don't see it not happening.
It's a production company with a fan base that will go see any movie with Blumhouse attached to it.
And if Halloween makes fucking bank and it is a high rating Rotten Tomatoes score movie, or like it's gonna happen.
I don't think it'll outdo It Part 1, but I think it'll do good.
Okay. Well, what's going on over there, guys?
I'm organizing stuff
Okay. Well, what? What do you want to
because
do?
this is a nice segue
Okay.
because we're talking about parks.
Okay. Oh yes. Our notes,
Oh,
guys.
yeah. No, it was
The
literally-
notes you
I had
can't
it sitting-
see.
Yeah.
What
Who
about
turned
those-
the lights off?
Yeah. We always turn the lights off. in
You
this
told me to.
It makes it harder to read. There are 6 Flags.
I love Six Flags.
3 of the 6 Flags parks are getting their own Hellfest attractions this year.
I'm very interested to see that film,
I am interested in watching.
I'm getting more
Hellfest.
interested by the day.
especially if that's like the marketing they're going for too.
Yeah.
Like actually turning Six Flag parks. I haven't been to a Six Flags since I was like.
it
8.
makes me wonder if it was
Oh,
filmed in a Six
I've
Flags.
never been to one.
Really
So
well.
Back in the day, I was.
one of the 3 Six Flags, the one in Gurney, Illinois, I actually grew up next to. I lived 5 minutes away from it.
I did not know
fun
that about
fact.
you, George.
Yeah.
Yep, my uncle
There's-
still lives up there.
there's something
Maybe
new.
I can go see him.
But what are the other locations?
They got Valencia, California, and Jackson, New Jersey.
Hey, see, here's the thing. Valencia, California, if I'm not mistaken, is like kind of near LA. So if you wanted to do Halloween Horror Nights and Six Flags,
We could technically
We'll start the GoFundMe as soon as possible.
Someone get the RV.
So
Someone
with
call Cole.
this, if guests who are brave enough to enter will walk through the Devil's Mouth into the Hellfest maze and venture through a number of rooms, each themed to depict scenes straight from the movie. These are including the mausoleum, the mask room, the doll room, and the torture chamber. And apparently, room by room, guests must find their way out or risk being trapped by the other, which is the movie's deranged stranger or antagonist, I should say. So that's actually pretty fucking cool. That's actually some pretty cool marketing.
yeah, that actually sounds awesome.
So I would love to actually, if we could do that, that would be sick. It's just fucking constant paper shuffling, and it's so funny.
Sorry, I'm organizing.
You're organizing. We have a
Cool.
trailer to watch on the show.
Yeah,
we have a
time
couple.
for our great
Yeah.
segment. New segment.
Our new segment, watching
we're still
trailers.
trying to
Watching
figure
trailers
out.
and reacting.
So we're gonna check out the trailer for the Green Room's director, Jeremy Saulnier. Someone say this. Saulnier.
Man, he got made fun
Yeah.
of.
Unleash. He's
Some
unleashing
bully
the
put
wolf.
the word wiener in his last name for sure. Had to
Okay,
have.
so he's got a new movie coming out, guys,
Jamie
on
Reed
Netflix. It's a Netflix original, and it's called Hold the Dark.
Hold the
so,
Dark.
bear with us while we sync up this play. 3, 2, 1, and we're rolling.
All right, who here's seen Green Room?
Dear Mr. Core, 3 days ago, my son Bailey was taken by wolves.
Word.
No one in the village will hunt them.
Why not?
Because it wolves.
My husband will come home from the war soon.
Oh, will he?
What war?
I must have
Desert
something
Storm.
to show him. So you come to kill it? To kill the one that took him?
I came to help if I can. To
Holy shit, he's in this movie?
If I can.
Word.
Netflix,
Not
man.
the
Talking
first
about
time
those
people
movies.
died out there. The hillside is scattered with pieces of bodies.
This is gonna be a dark fucking movie.
That's what you get when you talk to the villagers.
Oh, that mask is cool.
People are dying. Not real enough. Help!
Leave us to the devils.
You're the one fought my boy. Yes. Can you raise the dead? No, sir.
Yo, this
I have no
movie's
questions for it. Never seen anything like this before.
Is that the guy from Get Out?
The behavioral term
The
is
guy that plays the...
savaging.
No, it's not him. Never mind.
No, it's not. He plays in one of the Hunger
About
Games
animals
movies.
here, Mr. Core.
The
If you say so.
second to last one.
What, this guy?
Uh,
Or are you talking about Get Out?
What's outside those windows?
I don't know what those masks are, but they're so
Kissing
cool.
you.
no, the concept is
Find it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it.
oh, that's a creepy ass scene.
Word. That's so sick.
This looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So check that out,
Holy
guys.
shit.
Netflix, September 28th. That's the director of Green Room. So if you fucking loved Green Room, which was a crazy ass movie,
Violent film, too.
You're
Blue Ruin was crazy too.
you're
Yeah.
gonna probably love this movie.
That looked nuts. Were those like skinwalkers or some shit?
I think so, man.
I hope
So-
so.
Yo, what if, man, for real?
That would be sick.
I mean, Alec, it's
before
funny we got a Skarsgård in a trailer.
before
Speaking of what we're
we-
talking about today.
Exactly.
Before
right?
we
Yeah.
watch this trailer, you guys need to make that fucking video game that you guys mentioned last week.
the
I
the
want
collector
that
game?
Yes, I want that as a fucking game. Also, you guys mentioned something else that was genius, but brains farted.
all right, we'll have to listen to last week's episode and kind of
I'm
remember.
not listening to that shit
Gold
again.
buttholes.
Was it Pleatherface?
Gold
No, the
buttholes.
collector video game
No,
idea.
no. I
What
mean,
was the other thing?
was it the Pleatherface movie with Autumn?
Pleatherface,
No,
Gold buttholes.
Poultrygeist.
Poultry guys.
I think that was it.
So yeah, guys.
It was the vegan movie, whatever.
Well,
you guys were talking
Pleatherface is also a vegan,
about.
horror movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
that
That
one.
was
okay.
it.
All right. So after Hold the Dark, we got one more trailer. It's gonna be a fun one. It's called Slice.
And it's done by A24, so we know it's
tell you a
good.
story.
They are
Yeah,
on
pretty
a
much.
roll.
A werewolf and a pretty shitty pizza
Another
place.
wolf. Oh,
It
that's
all
it.
started
This is where
when the
horror
werewolf
movies going
came back
towards.
to town.
like: Pizza, werewolves, and Chance the Rapper.
Pizza delivery boy was murdered while making a routine delivery.
Kingfisher Chronicle. Can I ask you a few questions?
Find the wolf, you'll find your killer.
Deny ghost involvement.
Oh shit, he's in
Killing
this.
of Sean Hammerschmidt.
Oh, it's the kid from
Looks like I'm going
Stranger
to Wolfen's
Things.
tonight.
Domino from
From Deadpool.
fuck does that have to do with pizza?
Your pizza place is a gateway to hell.
Wait, so you're telling me that my pizza place is built on a gateway to hell?
Very Ghostbusters.
I've been saying that.
But better.
Never. Calm down.
This is something you should have ended a long time ago.
Holy shit. I remember talking about this movie like what?
Shit, god damn.
Yo, Sam.
What's wrong with you?
I love the.
Yeah, we
ending.
were talking about this movie like a couple months ago, weren't we?
We were
Yeah.
actually.
It's so cool that
Because
Chance
Chance the Rapper
was in this
it.
movie.
Yeah.
He's probably.
Hey,
I wonder if
Mike,
he's a
you
big
want to
horror
kick me
fan.
that chair real quick?
Why?
Because I want to
Pizza?
rest my legs.
Horror and a movie.
Also, yeah, during my trip, I injured myself.
It's a date.
Patrick injured himself on a trip, but he's not
running
gonna
from the
tell us.
cops, probably.
No,
no,
it was in
this-
D.C. It was before I got arrested. I mean, almost arrested.
Okay.
I'm hard now.
Pat's white. He's not getting arrested for weed. Chill out.
Slice looks pretty cool. The
Pat's not
release
white.
date
Yes, I am.
for that
Yeah.
movie is going to
got eyes?
be unannounced. It's
I'm just brown.
saying sometime in 2018 it's going to be released, so who really knows?
We really don't have that much time left in 2018. Wow, what a year.
Yeah, it'll probably be
I thought Pat was like, we don't really have that much time. I'm like, why? Like, do you know something we don't?
so
Well, I
who
mean,
kno-
towards the end of the year.
who knows when that's going to come out? Probably a December release.
It
Probably
needs to
don't
come
wanna-
out now because I need it in my life now.
I could see October or November.
Right now.
I doubt they want to compete with Halloween. Halloween's going to be a big blockbuster, I think. So horror movie.
It'll be a nice Christmas movie. I saw some snow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
Ooh.
that's pretty much it for the news, guys.
Also,
so-
did you guys hear about Bruce Willis saying that Die Hard's not a fucking Christmas movie?
That's funny.
What a
Shut
fucking
the
guy.
front door.
Yeah, shut up.
No one, a-
It's a fucking Christmas movie.
no one asked
Bruce
you,
Willis.
Bruce.
No one.
Fuck you.
Okay, so you got that out of your system, then,
Yeah,
Pat?
I'm sorry.
Well, I want 2 Christmas movies with Alan Rickman in it, and if it's Love Actually and Die Hard, so fucking be it.
Exactly.
So
Let's get with the show.
let's get on with the show. News is done. Trailers are done. Now it's time to enter the world of Castle Rock.
Finally.
Oh, man.
I didn't
First
think.
thoughts.
I didn't.
First thoughts.
I love it. Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yep. that did an angel.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's it.
why? Because it's good.
No, everyone's complained that it's really slow and shit. I don't think it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is a bit of a slow burn, but Stephen King books are like that.
Yeah, even
It
Stephen
feels like a
King
Stephen King
movies
book.
Stephen King movies are like that.
It's still good, though. Like,
Well, not all
slow-
Stephen King movies.
Not all
Some
Stephen
of them.
King,
I mean,
but-
like, Dreamcatcher's not like that
Yeah,
at all.
Carrie didn't start off really
It is
slow.
definitely not a
well,
slow
yeah,
burn.
I'm just saying. There's yes.
I mean, there's some. For
This
sure.
is the for me. This is the closest thing we're gonna get to a actual Stephen King book from one media to another.
Oh, so book to television or
Yeah.
book to screen.
I guess yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree because it's a TV show, so they can break it up into 10 1-hour long episodes. And
I watched it like a movie, so it was fine with me.
I mean, it's going to be multiple seasons. It's really the only
Yeah.
series that Stephen King's done that is spanning multiple seasons.
That's another thing too. He's on board. He's one of the producers, and he's working really close with J.J. Abrams on this.
Yep, and he
And this is like their
and he
second
he
collab?
never wrote Castle Rock.
No.
either. It's not his book. So
He's
it's-
just foreseeing everything.
Yep, because it's his
This
world.
is their second collaboration. Him
Mhm.
and J.J. Abrams.
Yep.
Good on him.
Yeah, no, they're definitely a killer team. When they work together, things are perfect.
I wonder why they picked Hulu.
Well, they had the 11/23/63 series that
Yeah.
went well, which I really liked.
I loved it.
Hulu. Why they went Hulu probably just offered them a better price. To be honest,
Either that or it's the weekly
the weekly release. I mean, no,
I'm sure he's just spreading it around.
because Netflix is just starting to do that now
Netflix
too, right?
is just starting to do that.
Do what?
the
with
weekly releases.
or monthly releases.
Yeah.
They're spanning out, releasing things at certain times.
I don't know if I like that for everything.
No. It's only
But-
certain shows on Netflix. Like,
But for something like this, it kind of works.
yeah,
Honestly, the weekly shows keep me interested.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
I get about 6 episodes into a show, and then I find something else to watch,
Yes,
and
because
then I don't finish it,
because you binge and you're like, ugh, like I can't watch anymore.
and it gives me something to look forward to. I
It does.
forgot today was Wednesday.
and episode
and
7 is
it's
live.
out today, so I'm like,
I
oh,
cheated.
Fuck yeah.
Patrick watched to episode 7.
I watched 6 and 7.
I watched
Well,
a
I
little
mean,
bit of 6.
you know, it's
but
America. You can do what you want.
Yeah. Thank you, Dylan.
But Dylan, your first thoughts of Castle
I
Rock?
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think Stephen King has been blazing trails as far as like miniseries goes since the 70s. I mean,
Yeah.
Salem's Lot was a miniseries.
Yeah.
Criminally underrated.
I-
Severely underrated. I can't tell you how many people I've shown because there was a miniseries and then they made a theatrical version for a European release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That what you watch today, if you have the movie version of it, is the European cut of it.
Yeah.
I have shown so many people the European cut of that movie, and they're just like, this is kind of cheesy. And I'm like, this is when vampires got fucked up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This wasn't the all your attractive vampires and stuff. This is the return to Nosferatu-esque
What
style
year was
vampires.
that? That was
70.
78.
It was.
I want to say 4 or 5. Someone's gonna have to check.
Oh, Google it. You're saying the European release, correct?
Well, just the miniseries
release.
release in general.
Sorry, yeah. Salem.
I mean, little Danny Glick scratching at the
79.
window.
So
79,
Patrick, you're
yeah.
1 year off. 79.
So little Danny Glick scratching at the fucking
I'm always so
thing.
fucking close.
And then when that dude opens up the door and the vampire's in the rocking chair.
Yeah.
And his eyes are all yellow. He's like, teacher. Like, that still to me is fucking super scary.
Yeah.
And Mr. Barlow is super iconic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I feel, and he's done Perfect Storm, which I liked. I remember watching that as a kid. Rose Red, Kingdom Hospital.
I love Rose Red so much.
The Stand.
The Stand.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been doing these killer miniseries, and I love how he lets us.
Same thing with it, and there was a Shining miniseries as well.
Correct.
Wasn't good though.
Wasn't good, but I mean, he knows how to start a story show wise, and let it fucking end.
Yeah.
And let that be the end of it. More shows should take the miniseries one and done approach. You get a good fucking story out of it. That's what you want.
Yeah. Couldn't have said fucking any better.
I mean, if Castle Rock's going to do multiple seasons, they're
You
at least
stole the words out of my mouth.
They're
Yeah,
at least doing it from the next season's going to be different point of views. It may even be different locations,
but still might take place.
but
in
still like every one of his
It's
except for
be in
Shining takes place in Maine. I think. I think everything.
Well, that and Dark Tower and shit like that. But yeah.
I doubt that they'll go to different areas. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're going to leave Maine, especially if the series is called Castle Rock.
But I'm pretty sure they're going to
I
reference
think-
stuff that happens in this season because it's they're referencing a lot of stuff from Stephen King books alone.
No,
There's
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
references.
There's too many references to
I mean, in
fucking
the
cover.
credits alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys spot in the opening credits? Because the people who haven't
Chapter,
seen it,
the
it's
devil.
pretty much all clippings from Stephen King novels.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then a map.
I think my favorite thing from the whole opening credits is the map, because if you actually pause it and you see it, so like you see Derry right above.
And there's Derry, and then
there's
Chapter 19, which is from
what is it? The island from
the island from Perfect Storm
Yep,
is in
there
there.
it is,
Project Arrowhead, which is the mist, and then there's a reference to the Under the Dome. There's a
there's
the
Cujo,
Haven. There's the crash site at the Haven, which is this is on the map. It's Tommyknockers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a reference to the solar eclipse on the map, which is Gerald's Game and Dolores Claiborne.
Jesus. Dylan's really studied this album.
Oh my God, I've stopped and paused.
It's
for
cool.
So much in this.
That opening sequence is cool, and that's really why, like, when I did our movie review, I focused in on showing that opening sequence because it's a fucking killer opening sequence, and then it has so many fucking little eggs of things.
What an interesting way to do an Avengers-esque style thing for Stephen King without going overboard, but getting so fucking much.
And that's what the show does perfectly with the reference. It could have been annoying.
It could have been super annoying.
And it could have come off cheesy, but
it's
like
hibachi style. It's hibachi style Stephen King. You get your soup, then your salad, then your rice, then your proteins, then your noodles. You get all this shit at once, and you're just like, keep them coming. And then you're so full and satisfied after.
But what is it all about, Mike?
Tell us, what is it all about?
What is this show about?
Nobody knows what it's about.
No one knows.
Dude,
what
literally,
it's about.
No one knows.
5 episodes into this, which is so fantastic and what makes me love it so much. 5 episodes in, you kind of know what's going on, but at the same time, you don't know what the fuck is going on.
It's a carrot on a stick.
It's amazing.
It's a carrot on a stick. So, just a quick little, I guess, like from the internet. The Stephen King multiverse is the setting for this psychological horror series that takes place in Castle Rock, Maine, which is a location familiar to fans of King's work. Castle Rock explores themes and worlds that unite King's canon, including the infamous Shawshank Prison. An anonymous phone call lures death row attorney Henry Deaver back to Castle Rock. A lot there to kind of digest. Like, there's a lot behind that. He is unsettled by his hometown, but he returns to help a sinister, mostly mute man being kept in a cage underneath Shawshank. Sissy Spacek and Bill Skarasgard, who star in the feature adaptations of King's Carrie and It, respectively, are among the show's stars. So this show's got some stacked cast.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's got a bizarre plot. Like you really don't know what's going on. What's happening in the show so far, and this is going to be spoiler heavy. So if you haven't watched episodes 1 through 5, please
stop.
What are you
listening.
doing? What are you doing? If you
also, what have
seen
you been
this?
doing? Living under a rock?
Go watch 5 episodes. Damn.
I didn't even think to do that.
Look at you.
Damn, George.
That was a
We're
good
done
one.
with the fucking
All
puns
right.
on this show
All right,
now.
I'm going home. That's it.
We get
That's
one-
all I
we
gotta
get-
contribute.
George Costanza, leave on a high note. Leave on a high note.
We get 1 pun per episode. That was today's.
Oh God,
We're done.
I'm gonna break the rules.
Don't. If you see a pun coming, ignore it.
Yeah, because like the show starts out, you get a flashback.
Yeah, you get a flashback
of the young boy over
to
the
1991, where Pangborn is searching for this boy, and he's just so ironically in the perfect spot. Which
also,
is weird.
wasn't that the same year that it came back?
Yeah, no.
No.
Was it 91? Was it not 91?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe. Hold
it
on.
could be.
No, yeah.
I think it was the same year because I think Derry was 1951 and then he came back in 91.
Ooh.
Well, I could be wrong.
Could be wrong.
Can you look up the movie It? The not the new one. See what,
You're on.
I think it's 1991.
You're on the right track. I don't know if that's the exact day.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
1990.
1960.
Okay, so.
But that's when they were kids.
But here, like, this is the thing. Like, we're starting off here. Like,
yeah,
this kid is missing. We don't know what's going on. The thing that finds me unsettling, which really puts the show on like this weird vibe, is that Pangborn's sitting on this like ledge, looking out to the lake. Hears a noise, right?
The ominous
noise. He hears an ominous noise. Kind of looks away, looks back. Henry Deaver, a kid, is standing in the middle of this frozen lake. Where the fuck did he come from?
It could lead to any sort of explanation: extraterrestrial, supernatural, religious, or just plain human characteristics as to why he could be out there.
And like the fact that he wasn't cold. Like Pangborn makes the he's like it's fucking.
Give me a couple of whiskeys. I'll go out in the cold. It won't be cold at
makes
all.
the comment. He was like,
I'll show you.
Would freeze to death in an hour.
It's the devil.
Alan Pangborn is like the only character in the show so far who actually is Stephen King canon.
Yeah, we were actually talking. Patrick was talking about that earlier today.
He was they did Needful Things, the movie, which I have a lot of theories about Needful Things for this whole movie.
And continuing to the show.
Yeah, Ed Harris. He played Alan Pangborn in the movie, and then Michael Rooker played him in The Dark Half, I think. So he's the only returning character, unless Sissy Spacek is Carrie.
Yeah.
Which I don't know.
which would be crazy.
Plot twist.
Which would be crazy.
What a twist.
But I mean, I guess like let's talk about the main person of the show. Let's talk about the kid, Bill Skarasgard's character.
Well, what about John Locke, who drove off the fucking cliff?
Yeah, okay, hold on. Hold the fucking phone.
Yeah, because that's where you get your first big reference is when, I don't know the actor's name, I just know him as John Locke from Lost.
Yeah.
He attaches his head to the rope.
Terry O'Quinn.
Yeah. He attaches his head to the rope and then drives the car, decapitates himself, and the car goes into the water. Fun fact,
he sees a
the
dog.
song that he plays in his car, I just found this out today on my way here when my Face ID will not work. The song he plays in the car is called Solaria from Mozart's Marriage of Figaro. It's the same song that Andy Dufresne plays over the loudspeaker in Shawshank Redemption.
What the fuck?
And also, it is played in Needful Things while showing the devil relaxing in the comfort of the town's dismay. So that song has made 2 other appearances in King canon.
There's so much reference.
Oh, it's audio references, it's visual references.
It's well done.
Oh yeah,
very well done.
It's so well done.
I got a problem with one. That's about it.
And what's that? We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that has to be one of the most intense like opening scenes. Really, like
it gets you.
You're like,
that's
okay,
what I'm saying. Like
it's a bit overkill,
and that's why I'm like, why is everyone saying like it's like very slow?
It's
Because
not.
It starts really heavy.
Yeah, it's slow with telling you what's really going on. It's a slow developing story.
Yeah,
which is fine because it's 10 episodes. I don't want
if
everything.
you put me in an atmosphere, I don't care how slow it is.
Exactly.
It's just like Hereditary. I guarantee you, if you didn't like Hereditary, you were on your phone most of the time, probably.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not paying attention.
You couldn't pay attention. You couldn't get enveloped in an atmosphere they were trying to set. Because you're about to segue into Henry Deaver, who is a defense lawyer.
Yep.
For death row, right?
For death row inmates.
Yeah.
There was a woman that was having her last meal, and that to me is such whoever directed that episode, because I don't know if they do multiple directors or not, they nailed the feeling of a Stephen King movie.
Just type it in on IMDb.
And just that scene where she's talking about the cereal factory, because the woman was eating her last meal and part of it was a cereal bowl. So she starts telling Henry about a cereal factory that she grew up next to, and it was so Green Mile style. It was such like a Stephen King. It's the way that Stephen King can make you connect with any human no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, For sure. I mean, he made you love prisoners, like prison inmates who did bad things in Shawshank and Green Mile.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck Sam Rockwell. he was a great actor in Green Mile, but his character's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But man, those movies, Green Mile will make you fucking. That's automatic cry.
Yeah.
I watched that on a plane and made an ass out of myself.
So it is directed by different directors.
Yeah, I
every
figured they would do
episode.
that.
Who did the first one?
Michael Uppendahl.
He must have seen.
He did
Yeah.
episodes 1 and 2 and 4.
Okay.
And then episode so we got Severance, which is the first episode, Haberis Corpus, the second episode. Local Color was directed by Dan Addis. Edis?
No big name guys, I'm guessing.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, like big in their respects, I'm sure.
Yeah, but no one like you know.
But I mean that scene. I mean, I just
Miami Vice, The Sopranos.
I
things
still
like that.
can't get over.
Mostly TV guys.
Yeah,
I still
mostly
can't
TV.
get over that cereal scene for some
That
reason.
seriously was fucking perfect.
Because Stephen King will go about a page and a half describing a doornail. But
you're intrigued every way.
But the way she started going into this cereal thing, you felt so fucking bad for her.
Yeah.
And then they give her lethal injection,
And then it goes completely wrong.
which could be a Green Mile reference too.
Which I can definitely definitely pull Green Mile vibes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
With the electric chair scene going really bad. Talk about the fucking alligator farm he goes to. That was the most
Yeah.
scary scene. Fucking, let me here to shuck a chicken
Yeah.
for you and get some gator. That was so weird. But I guess it's because she used to go there, right?
You guy won't see a gator.
Yeah, he literally went because
Just shaking a chicken.
Talked about it, so he was like, out of respect, because nobody else cared about this old dying lady.
What a nice
Who
guy.
killed her abusive husband? Like,
He had it coming,
Come
but
on, he had it come-
she didn't. After that, she's probably like, "Fuck it,
yeah,
lethal injections, get it
fuck
over with."
Let's do it. But then we get introduced after Henry Deaver's little background. We get introduced to we see Dale Lacey. He fucking execute himself, and then we get introduced to the kid eventually.
Yeah.
While we have some prison guards, they're going down into this wing because there's a
The new warden
warden's,
discovers
she's total corporate private prison.
She's a narc.
which pretty much her character pretty
Just
much
called her a narc.
she sums up everything wrong
Yes.
with the current prison system
Yeah,
as
it's the private prison.
the
industry.
privatized prison systems that are so fucked.
So she's like, "Oh, we had a fire back when, and we still haven't utilized an entire wing of this thing because they get paid per person in the."
You mean we could throw more people in here with trumped up charges and we're not doing it?
Yeah.
Like,
Why not? Why we're not filling those rooms?
Those rooms exactly?
they could have put Pat in there.
Definitely could have.
They could have.
Pat kind of belongs.
Pat could have been in there.
I'm safe. I'm white.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's true.
This literally, they look at me. They're like, "Let me see your ID," and they said, "Oh, Patrick Kilby must be white."
One of the characters we're introduced to is played by Noel Fisher. His character's name is going to be Dennis Zawalski. I really liked his character.
Yeah,
I did too. Yeah.
You can see that, like, he doesn't want to be in a prison. Like, he doesn't want to work there, but he has a kid on the way. He has a wife. He has to do what he has to do.
He says to him, he goes, "If you think I'd be working here if I was 60 miles within a Walmart, like
Yeah.
there's nothing at Castle Rock."
So it's really sad to see him because, like, you get, like, I love the episode, and I want to say it was episode 3 when shit hits the fan with him.
I mean, and Shawshank pretty much being the only form of employment in that town really goes to show how much that prison has that entire town by the balls.
Literally,
Seriously.
Just being like, you want to get paid or because this is the only place you're going to work.
exactly.
Well, and you can also tell with the politics because, like, it's like what they always talk about is that prison, like even on the news and stuff like that. Like, anything happens.
It is
in that
the
prison.
prison. That is the life source of that, and that's why the new warden, in the sense, she doesn't really give a fuck about Castle Rock, but she cares about her job. And if that prison was to get shut down due to the huge fucking shitstorm PR it would be with the fucking, we have a wrongfully charged convict who's been thrown in a cage for how many fucking years?
Yeah, but how good would the PR have been if she said, "This is unacceptable. Let's get him out of here. Let's do this,
True.
that."
True.
I mean, she could have looked like the good person.
Yeah, she didn't though.
She really could have. I'd have thrown everyone else under the bus.
Corporate greed, man. She's
I mean,
like,
no one but the warden knew. So I mean, like, how could they fucking?
yeah.
How could they know?
So what happens when you
And
try
that's
to
the
sweep it under
this
the
is the
rug.
good thing about the show because it brings in that politics of
It brings in, so much.
It brings awareness to the cruelty.
and it's a great. Let alone we already know the world that it's part of.
Yeah.
And it just adds more layers to a town that was lightly discussed in the books.
Well, they also reference it too when they walk into the warden's office, And she's like, "Oh yeah, we have had like 4 wardens go or like off themselves or whatever." And then they reference the scene from Shawshank Redemption, the movie, when the guy shoots himself in the head in his office. Like they purposely like reference it, and you're just like, "Oh."
That's the thing too. It's so cool that they reference like a bunch of like dark shit that happened in that town, and around that town, to where you feel the heaviness of everyone's like mood.
Yes,
this place sucks.
This place sucks.
Why, like,
and no one likes living there. No
and
one.
you have the one character. What's her name?
Jackie.
Not
her.
Not the.
She's the kind of girl that's like, I can't wait for something else to happen in this town.
Yes, but the real estate agent. The one that has the psychic powers.
Nancy.
Molly
Strand.
Molly.
She's trying to reconstruct downtown, make it this place to be, a place to come. Let's revigorize Castle Rock by really building a great town square.
Yeah.
While doing half a blue. No big deal.
Yeah, but she needs that half a blue.
She does.
What do you think is her deal?
Oh, she has The Shining.
Thank you. All right.
1,000%.
She has
the
Shining.
ability. She calls it mirror neurons in her brain.
Yeah,
because she can feel empathy, but that's what The Shining is.
Yeah.
You feel it's empathy.
Yeah.
It's a big candidate of it. And you know what's funny is that she takes the blue pills. The little trash dirt kid that sells her the pills. He has the same last name as
one of the bullies.
Kiefer Sutherland's character in Stand By Me.
Stand By Me or the body?
Oh yeah, either one. But so it's room that people think that that's his son.
Yeah,
is him. So
God, but so
I think she has The Shining for
she
sure.
Definitely 100% has. To
and
have
then her assistant Jackie
Torrance.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hello.
But she comes and verifies that she's actually related.
Yeah, but that was so like, get it? Do you get it? Get it?
At first,
I don't get it.
Yeah, my uncle. Yeah, so I had an uncle who like, I don't know, like went crazy at some nice ski resort and like tried to chop his whole family up with an axe. And I thought it was so cool that I wanted to piss my parents off. So I took his name.
I knew this was gonna be the thing that pissed off Dylan the
Yeah.
second I saw it.
Well, I mean, like you like Jackie Torrance, and then you go see how much of a drinking problem she has.
Yeah.
Oh God, she is one bourbon away from fucking hacking someone up.
Yeah.
You know, like she's
No, and I had a problem with it until they verified that she was related to him and like whatever. But it was still a little bit on the nose for me.
Yeah.
It was way too. It was too shoehorned
like that's the
in
reference
there.
that was annoying.
Yeah,
everything
I
else
agree.
is fine.
I mean, it's cool though they bring it in. I mean, we'll see what happens with her character.
Well, there's so many Shining references in the opening credits scene. As well.
Yeah.
Same thing with
she's not huge in the show, really. Jackie Torrance.
Not yet.
I
feel like she will.
I think her time is coming.
I don't think she has The Shining either because when she was with Bill Skarsgård's character.
I think they're gonna fuck.
She didn't really get.
I think they did.
She didn't really get any. Like she didn't like. Couldn't figure him out.
Yeah,
unless he's immune to Shining.
That could be true.
Which could be true.
Wasn't the thing like if he touches you?
Well, that's one of his. That's one of his fucking things.
So they let him out of the prison. Or they finally let him out of the fucking hole, which was weird because he would go down and halfway through the steps, whatever was electronic would fuck up, and then he would get down to the bottom and it would work.
Yeah.
How the fuck are you gonna get TV reception in a fucking bunker 30 feet below a prison?
He watched. That's funny. Lol.
Yeah, but like
we'll talk about that later. That's
yeah, but
funny.
it's weird because like he went halfway and shit would weird out, and then he'd get down and everything would work.
Yeah, that's just.
So who knows what
plot
that's about?
hole, or is it another
it might,
realm?
it might,
so much evil.
So much evil.
So much evil.
Well, I mean, but you also saw how he manipulated electronics against the guard, making him see the future in the TV screens.
Yeah. What? God, that fucking scene was cool as shit.
Shit.
But I really do like the scene I wanted to talk about was with Dennis Zawalski is when he fucking goes nuts.
Yeah.
And is it? Do you think it's because he fist bumped?
I think so.
The kid?
I think so.
Like he goes in and he's like,
him.
"Hey," he's like, "See that camera? I got you. I got an eye on you. Don't worry. No one's gonna fuck with you."
Yeah.
And they fist bump and they touch, and then it's after that when he goes into the fucking security camera room, which is his new detail since he pulled that gun out in the beginning of the season and almost shot a fucking police officer, which is a huge foreshadowing. Like now when you think about it, like they foreshadowed extremely fucking hard on that scene, and then it's delivered to you
right
where he goes in and he just fucking murks security guards because he's tired of all the fucking bullshit that goes on in that prison. How the guards run and how every prison
and
is.
the last thing he says is I want to testify.
I want to testify, and they blow his ass away with two pumps.
And then after
shotgun.
that, it's what's his name? The lawyer.
Henry Deaver.
He has like a ring in his ear, which apparently he's always had, but it's more apparent now because of the flash bomb and the gun or whatever.
Yeah, I think he ignored that on purpose.
Oh yeah, he has maybe tonight. They're saying it's tinnitus, but it's probably something else. Which is something I wanted to talk to you guys about. So the kid is finally out of the prison. He is living in the back shed of Henry Deaver's mom's house in like this like made up room thing that I guess is
which you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen because once he gets out, a giant forest fire breaks out.
Yeah,
and then the cop, meets with the new female warden at the bar, and he tells because in the priest's suicide note or the warden's suicide note, he says that the cop is the last offender of Castle Rock. Yeah. And he said that the preacher said that he thought the devil was just a metaphor, but it's a kid. And
yeah.
He looks at her and says, do not let that fucking kid out of the prison, and walks away.
Yeah. And it's like, if anyone who holds merit, it's going to be Pangborn, because since he is someone who is canon in other novels, he knows, like Patrick, you were talking about this earlier, like, he knows some shit.
I think Pangborn has pent up, my theory, all right, I think Pangborn is going to have something big to do with him that they haven't revealed yet, because when Henry Deaver goes to the warden's house and starts digging through rifling all the newspaper clippings that he's saved, and that's where you get your first big taste of King references and King canon, like Easter eggs, like rabid dog attacks town, rabies vaccine at an all-time high. It's Cujo.
Yeah.
And then there's a lost boy or dead body of a boy is found, and there's train tracks, so it could be a reference to Stand By Me.
Stand By Me, yeah.
But then there is a newspaper clipping that says, man disappears after oddity shop burns down. And that's a Needful Things reference, and you can see the name Leland Gaunt circled in that newspaper clipping. So my theory is that kid has something to do with Leland Gaunt.
Now wipe the sweat off your head.
You're getting real sweaty.
You're getting real sweaty over there, man.
Dude, I'm in theory mode.
I love it.
Pepe Silva. Where's Pepe Silva?
George, what is your thoughts over there? Flipping your head.
It's like
I'm putting you on the spot because I saw you squinting over there, and you're like, you have a train of thought you want or idea you want to express.
They're talking about something. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna chime in, and then it goes somewhere else because we're jumping from like episode 1
but
to 5
that's the cool thing
to 3
about the
to
show.
1 to 5 to
The cool thing about the show is like you don't need to read all the books, and you don't need to know all the references to get it.
You can literally go in blind, and like
you're still gonna
gonna understand it because the references are so subtle, but like there is
except for Jackie.
Except for Jackie.
I feel like the song's like the show's like a concert. You're gonna enjoy it way more if you know the songs.
Yeah,
but it's probably you're still gonna have fun because you're there.
Exactly.
Yes. You know? And like even then, like a lot of the references like really don't mean anything towards the story.
That's true.
It doesn't affect the main.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the main plot.
Yeah,
that you're trying to figure out right now between the relationship between Henry Deaver and the kid.
And what the fuck his dad and him were doing in the woods and that noise. That's what I wanted to talk about was that noise.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I was saying when I was squinting, I was like, so when you're talking about, like, the ringing in his ear and he always had it.
Oh, wait, just kidding.
In the very first episode, when he's first at the lake before he finds, like, little Henry, and you hear that ominous noise which repeats, when there's the gunshot, he actually, the ringing that is going on, which you'd think is from a gunfire, is the same ominous noise that is heard in the woods. So it's a callback. So you're just like, okay, so like Henry disappeared as a kid and no one knows where the fuck he went. He should have been dead, appears out of nowhere after an ominous noise, and now you're hearing it again.
Yeah.
So what is his connection?
And that's where like I was just thinking because I want to talk about noise, but I thought that's in episode 6. I had to stop myself. Like we can't talk about that because it's in episode 6. But yeah, like the fact that like he starts hearing that noise again, huh?
Is it not episode 6?
It's episode 6 is where he starts learning more about that noise in the
woods,
and stuff. So I don't want to get into that just yet.
Too far, man.
Too far. But I agree. Like it's weird how like there's this noise, and all of a sudden Henry Deaver appears, and then he hears the shot, and then the noise comes back. But isn't it strange how he has no idea what the fuck happened that night? He has no idea, no recollection of the events that unfolded the night he disappeared.
Well, what happened on the night he disappeared, Mike?
Well, he disappeared, and apparently his father was pushed, or he was found on the bottom of the cliff of Castle Rock, like the actual mountain. I think was it the mountain called Castle Rock, or it had different names?
Had different name.
Had different name. Excuse me. But they found, he was gravely injured. He was on life support at his house. Like, everyone's blaming Henry that he pushed his adopted father and all this shit. And it's like, but he doesn't even understand what happened. He doesn't even know what's going on.
I bet Bill Skarasgard had something to do with it and like erased his memory or something. Because whatever he was doing in the woods with his father was bad.
Yeah.
Because Molly, her Shining, I'm just going to say it's Shining. If it's wrong, then whatever. If it ends up being wrong,
I think your theory is correct on
I think
that
it's
one.
pretty correct.
I do too.
Because it seems like it is the Shining.
But she had a crush on Henry Deaver as a kid, and she even said, "I see what you do out in the woods," and I was like, "I see what you do in your room."
Yeah.
Which we all know. I mean, fellas,
we know.
We're all dudes, right?
What did she say? It feels like fireworks or something like that.
Yeah, which I mean, sometimes
very weird.
Sometimes,
hey,
but then she's like, I saw what you do out in the woods with your father, and it was so bad that she went across the street, just walked into the house. And he was in the house recovering from when he got pushed, and she unplugged his breathing tube.
She fucking pulled out his breathing tube.
And killed him. But granted, do you think she actually did that?
Oh, 100%.
Do you think that she could
I'm not going to say anything.
She could have controlled Henry to do it.
Oh, what the I didn't
but
even think about that.
With the Shining, you can't control people, I don't think.
No, but you can link with someone.
But you can link with someone.
They are links.
And I mean, she was wearing his jacket, but she had his jacket in the box.
I can't say much. I watched episode 7.
Yeah, well, like
you son of a bitch.
You motherfucker, Pat.
You would do this. You would.
At the same time, too, there's like when she's kind of like going through it and like the motions of it, and she's like laying in bed when they went out into the woods, she was breathing and it was kind of like cold air coming out of her. So like you could tell that she was connected on that night.
Oh,
so,
I never thought of that.
Yeah. So,
that's why she had the cold breath.
Yeah, because they were connected. And she was like, I was with you that night.
God.
And you're just like, wait, what?
This fucking show, like this show's worth like rewatching the episodes to see what you missed and to gain more insight.
This show's going to end up being like True Detective season 1 for me.
JJ fucking Abrams.
I'm going to hope it's going to be like Mindhunter season 1 and like True Detective season 1 where I I hang out with someone and I pray to God they haven't seen it. So I can watch it with them.
Yes.
Just so I could just be like, crazy, right?
Now, do you think it's
No way.
Now, do you think it's like a Stephen King meets Twin Peaks?
I don't want to make Twin Peaks.
I don't want to make that.
I don't want to.
Exactly.
I want to refuse.
It's what the people are saying,
Twin
Dylan.
Peaks. Well, you know how many other people make references to Twin Peaks? That show was ahead of its fucking time.
Yeah.
By like 20 years.
I say 30.
Well, yeah. Well,
I say 80.
I say.
Well,
100.
you know what? I'm gonna go 99.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, I mean, like, there's gonna be its obvious Twin Peaks references, but or like it's style
Similar.
it can be compared to, but I still think it's very different.
Thank you. Me
Okay.
too.
I still think it's very different. This show's going to give you, if you're a Stephen King fan, it's going to give you Easter egg paranoia.
Oh yeah, you're gonna
because you're gonna be
what
like,
is that? Is that Stephen King?
Well, I mean, like there's the scene where the cop is digging up the dog grave.
Yeah, you're like Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, and she's like, we hit a dog, and she thinks it's outside eating out of the trash can. So I'm checking to see if it's still dead, and it was. So it wasn't a Pet Cemetery reference. I guess it was like a dead animal.
Yeah,
it was close. But then you're like, okay, maybe.
Same thing with
sure.
when the Warren, before he kills himself, he sees a dog.
Yeah,
it's like,
what's
that
dog?
What is up with that?
That dog may be like some kind of sign or something.
Yeah,
but then
dog.
there's
it might be it.
Oh,
but then there's where he gets his dad, where he moves his dad's casket from the one cemetery to the other.
Yeah.
And it's bleeding out of the coffin.
Yeah.
The whole time I think coffin, I think Mr. Barlow from Salem's Lot.
Yeah.
Which there's Salem's Lot references in the opening credits, I think.
Well, the coffin bleeding thing was due to like some type of
it's a real thing, right?
It's a real thing. It's what happens is like it happens to only new bodies where like the gases
but it wasn't a new body.
No, that's
exactly.
That's why it was so weird.
That's why it was so weird.
And I don't think that's it at all. You say coffin and you say blood. I say vampires.
I mean,
true.
Could be.
And actually, this just gave me an idea. But then there's the other reference I want to make that I don't know how this reference would fit into the universe. But when Sissy Spacek gets the chess pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And one's bronze colored and one's crimson colors, and there's a Crimson King Crimson King piece. So it could be a Dark Tower reference.
Ooh, you may be onto something. You could be.
I didn't even put
stuff.
that together.
Yeah, I didn't put that shit together either.
But what if Castle Rock is the opening show that branches off all other Stephen King miniseries?
Because we are still getting a Dark Towers TV series, aren't we?
What if it is like a vampire Mr. Barlow thing in the coffin, and that character spawns its own television show,
and we actually get the Dark Towers
another television show?
It's like the Oprah Winfrey of shows. You get a show, and you get a show,
please,
and you get a show, and you get a show.
Please, because everyone was stoked to get that car in that Oprah episode.
Yeah.
So I think everyone will be stoked to get all these different things, because like these are things that like it's such a good way to have an excuse to do all of his works in the miniseries and not make the same thing twice.
Well, they did say like all the next seasons are going to be completely different.
Different perspectives.
So it might call back to this first season, but like you said, all these like little
everything will be connected.
Every season will
American Horror Story.
Boom. Done better.
I mean, shit. But
but
we'll be done 1,000 times better.
So I got a question for all of you, starting with Patrick.
What's up?
Who do you think the kid is? What do you think the kid is?
I don't think he has to necessarily be anyone from the
universe.
universe.
No, I'm not. No, not even anyone from the universe. Like, what is he?
What is he?
Like, is he the bringer of the world in?
I can't say.
Okay. God damn it.
You know things again.
Why did you watch episode 7?
We're supposed to go to a party after this. I'm not going. I'm going home to watch this.
It's all right. The party's at my house. We'll just go to my room.
All right. It doesn't tell
us.
us.
At your house?
The episodes don't tell us who he exactly is, but it gives us a hint.
Okay. So we'll ignore your.
Thank you.
George, who do you think, or what do you think it is?
Geez, honestly, I don't know.
As we sit here and collect papers.
It's just one of those things where it's just like there's just so much, and there's just so much revolving him. Like he was there at the beginning when Henry Deaver first went
What's
missing.
up with the soap?
27 years later, he gets discovered. 27 years just so happens to be the amount of years that freaking Pennywise comes back.
That's just a reference thing.
It's still cool.
But it could still play.
Cool. It can definitely play.
He's not going to be playing Pennywise. He's not Pennywise at all.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to say that. Like,
and
I
if
think
it is,
he's
I'm gonna
Pennywise. I don't think that at all, because that would be stupid. And honestly, I would be a little upset.
Yeah, I don't think they'll bring Pennywise into the TV show.
No.
Like, they're calling him the devil and stuff like that, which I see.
I like that one though.
Yeah,
I can see.
But that plays into my theory. I feel like
I can see him being this entity, this devil, if you will. I mean, like, think about it. Like, he comes out of jail, he comes out of prison, a giant fucking massive wildfire starts. The night he gets out,
could we talk about the house that he walks
in? He's
the
apocalypse.
I'm going to that right now.
All right.
So the night he gets out, he's just like, he's staying in an above place in Molly Strand's building. He goes out. He walks into a kid's
attic.
No, it wasn't.
He was in the warehouse.
It was the second floor of the warehouse.
You said an above place. I'm like, is that an attic?
No, he's in heaven. He's dead now. Show's over.
Show's over. No, so he goes to that house, and he just like creeps in as a mother and father and 2 kids are singing "Happy Birthday."
It seems like a flashback.
It really does, and he sits so creepily in the fucking darkness, and just comes out. And he doesn't come out. He makes people do things. His presence just changes. Like, it goes from being a happy, joyous birthday celebration to the mother and father yelling at each other, yelling at the kids, to like the point where they just go so extreme they start fucking killing each other. Like, he's not physically doing anything to them. His presence is just there. And then like I'm assuming he's mentally doing stuff, but like, or when I can't really say, but something happens in a later episode, in episode 6 with him. And it's just like, what the fuck is, or the whole, in episode 4 or 5, towards the end of this mid-season we're talking about, he's hanging out with Jackie Torrance. He's not really saying anything,
right.
But he goes on top of that building,
and
he's like listening to all these people.
Maybe he's God.
Yeah, he hears all these things.
That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe he's not God, because he's definitely an evil motherfucker. But I mean, I guess depending on the perspective you have on God.
Yeah,
that's for another conversation.
Exactly.
He is of some higher being, or there is some of higher being inside of him, is my theory.
I'll be super shocked if he has nothing to do with Leland Gaunt, because Needful Things Needful Things 1 takes place in Castle Rock.
Yeah,
the bar, the Tiger Bar or whatever, that's in Needful Things. It's also in another book, but for this, we'll say I think it's in Langoliers too, maybe, but it's in Needful Things. Leland Gaunt disappears around the same time. His name is circled in that newspaper clipping, so something's up with him.
Yeah.
The warden knew something about that. And like Leland Gaunt was supposed to be there are a lot of devil references in Needful Things. So when they said they thought the devil was a metaphor, it's actually a kid. So I think the kid is, I wouldn't say the son of Leland Gaunt. He could be, but I think he has something very, very heavily to do with some sort of plot with Needful Things.
Right.
Like I said, the cop had to, was against Leland Gaunt in the movie. Same cop that's in Castle Rock, the only canon character from his books so far.
Right.
So I really think that it's got to have a heavy play with that.
Much. So what do you think he is?
Who?
You think he's just pure evil?
Dylan.
That's the weird thing. I don't think he wants to be.
Right.
I don't think
There's
he wants
an innocence
to
to him.
Well, he doesn't even age. So if you think about the scene where Pangborn pulls over Dale Lacey and he hears the noises in his trunk, opens the trunk, he sees that kid. You see Bill Skarasgard, and he's the same. He hasn't aged.
Well, he said that to him in the woods. He goes, "You haven't aged a fucking day."
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong?
And that scene was
Can we
fucking
talk
perfect.
about the end of episode 5?
Can I bring up something before that happens?
Yes, go ahead.
So
yeah, let's save that for the end.
Carrie's character, the
Sissy
mom,
Spacek.
His mom.
Henry David's mom.
The dog scene. What was that about?
Oh my God, I don't know.
The dog scene reminds
Where the
me.
dog's barking
so
and
it's
then
when
she jumps
Pang-
off the cliff.
When
Yeah.
Pangborn is
she jumps off the
receiving
bridge?
award
Yeah.
and she jumps off the bridge. The happening.
But
What is up with that? Again with the dog.
two characters who I'm
The
sure will
happening.
be
The
featured.
happening.
No. It's
Again
not the
with the
fucking
dog.
happening.
But no,
We don't fucking
Wait.
talk about that movie in this fucking podcast.
There's a lot of shit involving dogs.
Did that happen when the kid was on the roof?
I think so.
No,
Yeah, I
because
think
that
it
scene was
did.
sick.
yeah, actually, I think it was.
I think he was on the roof while Henry was over at
But he
the-
was looking at the forest fire.
No, that was before the forest
No,
fire.
he's talking about the guy
Oh,
in the
no.
mascot outfit that was on top of the high school.
Oh
that
yeah.
he
God,
waved at
I
the-
hope
he
for
waved-
our audience that they've watched this show before.
Yeah,
No,
we are
no,
everywhere.
Yeah, we are everywhere.
We told them.
Yeah.
You all
knew.
know. You all knew.
And then there's this guy in a mascot, and it's
Yeah, but
Where'd
that
the
happens.
mascot
That's the
come-
first
Yeah.
7 minutes.
7
of the
minutes,
show.
yeah.
Episode 2, yeah.
Waves, then jumps off. That's
That was cool.
Well, that was
Very cool.
Lacey's. That was Lacey's younger brother. Which-
was it in the mascot
yeah,
uniform?
Yeah. It was- so Lacey was one of the football players, that one that got laid out by like the Angels or whatever. It was like the whole context of it. So while that was happening, it was his younger brother.
Oh yeah, I remember
jumped
that.
off
Yeah.
the freaking roof and killed himself. I was like,
Oh.
yeah. So why
I
did
have-
Carrie jump off the bridge?
I think the dog told her to.
Okay. So there's something
dog
with
was
the
the
You
Omen?
think there's
Wolf,
something
wolf.
with the animals?
Is this the Omen? What are you talking about?
No, it has. I mean, there's a heavy emphasis on the dog's bark. Like,
Well, dogs in
happening-
general, because one,
yeah, when Lacey
the
killed himself
the
at
pastor
beginning-
fucking killed himself after he saw that dog,
exactly.
and then fucking Miss Crazy Nuts fucking tried
Had
to
to dig
kill
up the
herself.
dog. She had to dig up the dog to make sure it was still buried.
Yeah.
Lacey saw the
'Cause
dog
she
before
thought
he
the
killed
dog was
himself.
digging
So there
the
is something
trash.
with the pet
Something
cemetery.
with dogs.
And then
It-
also,
it's the dogs.
dogs can they can hear things we
All
can't.
dogs are good boys.
Plus,
So-
what is dog spelled backwards?
God. Oh God! Did we just quote Behemoth?
Oh shit!
Get
Hold
the-
on.
Get me
We
a
did.
blank fucking wall. And
I'm
some
connected the strings.
and some red.
It's all over.
Let's do this.
Dude, we're not gonna see Mike or Pat for like
It's
3
go
weeks.
time, baby.
We're gonna find him
Pat-
locked up in a room,
Pat's
fucking
room-
naked with papers and
Pat's
I'm
room,
fine.
Pat's room's gonna look like Sam Neill's cell in The Mouth of Madness. I swear that's what it's gonna look like here in 5 seconds.
I'm okay with
Welcome.
being in a room naked with Patrick Straw and string on the wall.
Well, you know,
eating
it-
honey buns.
They
and blue
they
Gatorade.
yeah
Sounds very sticky.
It does.
They bring up the dog references, and then also dogs can hear noises that we can't. That high pitched sound that they could hear could also maybe be heard by dogs. Something with dogs. I don't know.
What if that?
That's
ominous-
what the show's got
hold on,
you
hold on,
doing.
guys. Hold on.
Oh, we're getting sweaty.
The point of the of
I
all
fucking
this,
hate-
sweaty.
Hold on. The point of all this, listeners, is we have no fucking idea.
When do we ever?
When do we ever have an idea? We don't. That's
Dude,
the point of the show.
5 episodes, halfway. This is the halfway mark of the
I
season.
had a great
right?
idea, and they got me in trouble.
Like literally halfway through
got
a whole
caught.
season, and still nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
And-
that's what I love about this show. So,
But that's the
goddamn
thing with J.J. Abrams. He does that fucking mystery box shit.
much. There's
and
no
he's like,
lens flares either.
Yes,
Well,
there
it
is.
wouldn't work.
Yes,
There
there is.
is-
But right
there's a-
before the pastor fucking kills himself.
Oh, son of a bitch!
There's a green light in his face.
Yeah, there's a lens flare. It wouldn't be a
Okay,
J.J. Abrams.
hey,
It wouldn't
man.
be. Yeah.
It's like his watermark.
He said, Steven, come on, man. Come on.
Just
let
one.
Me, let me get one.
Look,
Just let me
Stephen
get one.
King apparently said the Dark Tower movie was one of his favorite adaptations of his book. So like,
He
get
did
a-
not say that, did he?
you get a lens flare, Stephen. Sorry. That's what I heard. Yeah, he doesn't like The Shining, but he liked The Dark Tower.
Mike's gonna pause up right now.
Easily the worst movie. What was that? That came out last year. Easily the worst movie of 2017. Hands motherfucking down.
I agree to that.
I don't think I saw it.
I still haven't seen it. So
What did he
Don't
say?
don't fucking watch it. It's not good.
Oh my god, dude, you're saving yourself so much fucking time not watching this.
Well,
Seriously.
now I'm gonna
Garbage movie.
Now I'm gonna go watch it.
How and look,
Because I like to be miserable.
he references 3 Dark Tower books, and literally the 3rd book is all about a fucking train. There's not one goddamn train in this movie.
Not one.
What the fuck?
There's not one goddamn train in the movie. They keep showing Crimson King writings on the walls. Nothing to do with that.
Is there at least a tower?
There's a It reference because there's a fucking circus in this other world, and that's a Pennywise circus, and all they're feeding off The Shining. All these kids have. That's the plot. The Man in Black is using kids that have The Shining to power the tower.
to get the lightning.
I guess, dude.
Well, now I'm gonna watch
So pretty much, like, he really never wanted to see this movie. He never had the idea of making this into a movie or having it made into a movie. He just said it's very complex and it's long, like the series.
Oh, it's super. My brother said, dude, good fucking luck reading this.
And
It's so fucking hard.
He did say, however, the movie Dark Tower. I like how we're like completely off topic here. Has his
not
seal
really,
of
Stephen
Are we
King.
though?
Hold on.
Are we?
Are we? Has his seal of approval, even if it may not excite what he called the hardcore fans of his work. He said they've done a wonderful job here telling a story that's coherent and that pulls a lot of element out of
I
the
almost
novel.
threw up in my mouth.
I can't read anymore.
So basically, he got paid to say that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah, they did great job, guys.
Studio
But,
gave me a lot of money.
One of the things that like the reason why we picked it in episode 5 and not go to 6 is because the way episode 5 ended with the kid walking in the woods and Pangborn approaching him with a gun and saying that iconic line like you haven't aged a fucking bit.
So much happened in that minute.
Yeah, so much. It's the distance between them, the ominous.
Because it tells
essence
it tells
of the
it
forest.
tells a deeper story of what the fuck is going on.
It does. It really starts from that point. You start to expand more on the story.
It's like right when things are starting to really pick up, but
and then
in a weird sense because I said it's not slow.
Yeah, and the kid goes, "I can save her, or I can fix her." Along the lines
her, yeah.
on that and it's just like boom.
Automatically,
ends.
it's like okay,
boom, and you're just like, what?
No, because before it ends, he goes, "You have no idea what's going on, do you?" And you're just like, "Neither do I. I don't know."
He spoke to all of us when he said that.
He really did.
Yeah, that line was literally crucial.
Really hit.
Before I lose my train of thought, because I wasn't done with the Dark Tower thing. If anyone's listening, again, my plea to the people, Stephen King, if you're listening, buddy, pal,
listen here.
Dark Tower TV series, Anson Mount from Hell on Wheels as the gunslinger.
Yes,
that would be sick.
Please and thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
It's fine if he's white.
Netflix, HBO, go right the fuck ahead.
Yeah.
Do something, please. Make
Showtime.
No.
No.
Showtime, you can't have this. I won't allow it.
Dylan will be
HBO or Netflix. That's who gets my seal of approval.
Dylan will be the fucking fighting force.
Stars it will get canceled right away.
Black Sails is a good show. The
You
pirate
watched that show?
Oh, I never watched it.
I forgot that was a thing.
But I really think like
I have a headache now.
Cleavage, the TV series.
Let's leave it to the
pretty much
TV
what
series. Castle Rock is going to be one of those shows that's just going to be one of those most talked about things. It's going to spark discussions from eons to eons because of just how weird and crazy it is. And with the fact it's getting greenlit for a second season and we're going to see a completely different story, not following the events of this current season.
Or maybe it'll follow what started.
Exactly.
What's
We
beginning.
really don't know. But we'd love to hear you guys' fucking opinions, theories. Like, send them to us. Like, let us know it. What do you guys think?
We will add your things to the already going to be crazy.
We'll add your thoughts to the wall.
Yeah. We will literally make a wall.
Bring some string.
It's smart doing the weekly release because it's adding longevity to the series.
Yep.
It's not everyone's going to talk about it for a month and get over it kind of thing. It's going to be because you think about Netflix shows.
I miss that so much.
Who's still talking about Altered Carbon? Who's still talking about Marco Polo? Who's still talking about
Virgins? Show's still on?
You like what?
Marco Polo?
No,
got canceled.
That's
like who is still who are talking about those shows? They were so quick and digestible in one sitting that Castle Rock it's hibachi style. You're
going back to the hibachi.
You're gonna get hibachi is a great reference for tons of things. Yeah. But you're gonna get each course of your meal in one thing as it's cooked, and then by the time you're done, you're so fucking full and satisfied. You really are.
That is the perfect analogy.
You have to go take a nap.
Really? Because right now I'm just angry that I haven't gotten my rice yet because I'm still confused.
Yeah, well, you need to watch episode 6 and 7, and then you'll be served.
We need a Patreon for hibachi.
That'd be hilarious.
Please feed us hibachi.
Please get us hibachi. We could do pancakes on one side and fried rice on the other.
We won't offer waffles. For those of you who don't know, George hates pancakes.
Do you really, George?
Fucking hate them.
You hate pancakes. You hate chocolate.
George is not
I like waffles.
Well, I will say waffles are the superior.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, they got fucking
fuck a pancake.
little square holes to hold your syrup.
Whoa, you're gonna fuck a pancake?
Okay, next week George fucks a pancake.
Yep.
Woo! If you donate on Patreon, I'll fuck anything.
If you do a $30 Patreon, George will send you a video of him fucking a pancake, or Pat will draw you $25. Pat will draw you a caricature of George fucking a pancake.
I would love to.
Oh God. All right, guys. Like I said, drop us your theories and opinions about Castle Rock episodes 1 through 5. Please keep it to 1 to 5. We'll save the rest for 6 through 10. Just stay tuned for that one.
And if you pay our Patreon, we'll read it out loud.
We'll read it out loud.
Come and get sweaty with us.
But you'll send that shit over to Horror Junkie Podcast at gmail.com, along with all the other spooky stuff you want us to talk about.
Leave your comments and stuff below.
Yeah, drop us a fucking review. Hit us up. We'll mail you some stickers. We got a lot of stickers left over. Some pretty cool designs from our buddy from This Might Sound Crazy, Patrick Sparrow. I have to think about his last name.
How you forget the last name like
I don't
that
know. I'm sorry. So hit us up. We will give you guys stickers and cool stuff like that.
We have a lot.
If any of y'all are pagans or witches out there, do me a favor.
Send me your prayers.
Whatever rituals you do to help people out, do them because Papa drafted his fantasy football team today.
Oh,
and he
God.
is ready to win.
Oh, God.
Summon the devil, rattle some chicken bones, some Eye of Newt, whatever you got to do to make sure Kareem Hunt doesn't get injured.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I'm going to win that cash money, baby. Y'all going to be jealous.
Do that, but also then follow us on iTunes, Twitter, at Horror Junkies FL. Keep up with the loop. We post on there pretty much 24/7.
And keep your eyes open now, not just your ears, because we have a lot of things in store on a website called YouTube.
Yeah, you may have not heard of it or anything like that. It's
the waffle fucking will be posted on
the
YouTube until it is removed.
Be on YouTube.
That'll be the first video. We literally had a meeting like, what's going to be our first video?
It'll be on there. It'll be on there for a day, so get to it before
I go to jail for the rest of my life.
It'll be infamous.
Yeah. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because we will be posting a lot more content. Live feed of George fucking a waffle. It will start with me making the waffle, then Patrick serving the waffle.
Everybody has to be naked the whole time. We're making naked.
This is gonna be weird.
This is gonna be like Eyes Wide Shut, but with waffles. Jocelyn Pook's gonna be playing in the background. George's gonna be fucking a pancake.
So this is that weird element of the show that people really don't understand sometimes.
Yeah, we got there.
And we got there today.
See,
we broke a whole new level of weird.
This is why we do the podcast earlier in the day.
Let's get
and
weird.
Not this late.
Yeah, Papa had a couple of beverages at his fantasy football draft, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he did. A football-shaped glass, that is.
Your new name, Papa,
but yeah,
now?
guys, check us out on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Follow us on
Instagram,
iTunes, Stitcher,
Mike
fucking Spotify.
posted our Xbox gamer tags.
I posted our fucking Xbox gamer tags.
Well, Mike has PlayStation.
Yes, Thanos' Death is Me. I'm on PS4. The other two on Xbox.
69Z
I
on
am.
Xbox.
Mine is Swagnostic
That's great.
Front.
You know, like, because
Xbox.
I'm gonna get a PlayStation 4.
Good, Patrick. Join the
I'm
dark
going to
side.
get one too after I buy an Xbox One X because it's a more powerful system. So
Okay, we're not talking about that. Shh, everyone be quiet.
That's what
Hold
the
the fucking sweat.
I'm so sweaty,
it's been.
Guys, it's been another weird, hairy, sweaty episode of the Horror Junkies Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Pat.
I'm Dylan.
I'm Jorge.
Stay weird, and we'll see you next week when George fucks a pancake.
Hail Satan!
And watch movies.
Oh, that Skeletor.